So funny, it's only 5:30, but I had told myself, okay, doing this cleansing and see how I do. And this is an example of what I mean by like the thoughts that I need to work through, how I feel, how my body feels, what I'm doing, and kind of getting some structure. So I said, okay, I got these juice cleanses. I had 3 of the juices. I've been like still the cravings are out of control, but I still have to. That's why I had this, some cocoa powder. Nothing bad. Like that's where I have to think. This is the thing. I didn't follow what the plan of today was of just sticking to the juices. So I could choose to have the dialogue of, oh my God, I failed, this, that, and the other thing. But overall, I still have a win. And I have to actually change my mindset around this because so often with diet or with different things, that's what spins you out. And I realize like I'm not slowing down. I'm not enjoying my food. Like I'm just becoming more mindful of my own eating patterns on a very different way versus just like trying to force myself to do something. Then I ask myself when I crave something, what I'm having, if it's worth having, and then what am I thinking while I'm having it. So funny enough, I had some soup. So that said nothing bad, but I was craving, I had the soup here, and then I had this vegan cheese, which I think for my body is not a good thing anyway. I think I feel inflammation from it, but I'm like, for some reason, and then I overate some of it, like overate meaning, okay, this is what a portion is. Okay, I had 4 portions, but I haven't really, what did I have today? 3 juices and really some cocoa powder. So I'm like, okay, no, that's why I'm hungry. I understand why. I understand why I feel this way. I also understand I felt this when I chose to eat something that wasn't on this, right? The juice cleanse. I told myself, acknowledge Candace right now in this moment, this is your choice. Acknowledge that you need to slow down and recognize that everything you put in your mouth is your choice. So if you want something, own it. If you're gonna have it, own it. Stop and enjoy it versus having the anxiety of having the thoughts that you can't have something. Who's telling you can't have whatever foods? Well, myself and my beliefs. Why? Well, because then it'll make me look a certain way. So I believe. Okay, I look a certain way, then what? What do I believe then? That I'm not worthy. Okay, I don't think that way of other people. Why do I think that way of myself? So I'm trying to get ownership of my patterns by those thoughts now versus that ending that loop, because it's the thought process. That's the thing that keeps us stuck over and over again because of the punishment through those thoughts versus, hold on here. Let's really look at this. And what's the core? What's the real issue? Well, believing myself not to be worthy if I looked a certain way or a certain thing or different, or as my weights have changed. What's that? Fear. For myself now, fear of going back as my weight gained to when I was a heavier girl. The fear of that. Because it was a non-issue for me. I had worked out a balance, and now all of a sudden I'm in the same patterns that I once was when I had fear, when I was overweight, but I also look at what was happening in my life. It's making me deal with the circumstances I never dealt with then. And that's the brain taking me back. So I have to face those things that were still an issue when I was that teenage girl. That's the core. So not punishing myself for it, going, okay, well, that's a breakthrough based on triggered from food.